All right, I am live. Hello, everyone. Say quick hellos to everybody in the chat. Hi, Anna, mother of three, got you. Oh, thank you. Annie, Richie, Jay Roberts. Hello, everyone. Well, thanks for stopping by. Give me just 1 second. I have some housekeeping to go over, and then we can go ahead and get started. I'm reading political and world event questions, and you can send those to me by sending them in all caps. A couple heart emojis or a couple emojis with it kind of helps as well to catch my attention. And I'll get to as many questions as possible today. Thursday night, Mel's going to be on my channel, so if I don't get to your question today, please come and stop by Thursday night and resend that way. Try to get to as many as possible, like I said. Hey, Jamie. Hi, Linda. All right. So some announcements real quick. You all could do me a favor and please hit the thumbs up on this video. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Getting close to 6,000 subscribers, my next big goal. So if you could help me reach that, I would greatly appreciate it. We got some people coming in now. Hello, everyone. Also, just a couple housekeeping. So my members live stream is going to be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, I think we're going to do a collective group reading on 2023, like throw some cards for each month and kind of feel the energy for that. And then just a collective energy for us as a group. So if you're interested in becoming a member, it's $10 for a month. I like to do readings, monthly energy readings, personal mini reads, and also sometimes we like to do group Reiki sessions. So we have a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, I have the link in the description box of this video. And then lastly, I'm still offering some discounts on my rates for the month of January. So I have some discounts on hour readings. I do Reiki sessions, distant Reiki, and energy clearing. I offer discounts on multiple sessions with that. And then also, I just started a new, something new. It's called Healing and Guidance. So it's a Reiki session and then a little bit more of a deep dive into messages from spirit and some guidance on journeys. So, and I think that's about it for today. If you want to inquire about any of that, you can email me at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com, or you can text me at 440-376-4088, and I have all that information in the description box as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. See a couple questions I want to start real quick. I got some people watching now, so hey Jane, hey everyone. All right. That's a good one, Karen. I have it on my chat here on the phone. I feel like it's scrolling. It's a bit delayed with StreamYard. So, just real quickly, I don't see it posted on here anymore. I know some of the comments are timed, but somebody sent a question earlier when I put this up about, why isn't Ukraine going more on the offense and, like firing missiles into Russia? And just briefly, I kind of tapped into that, and I would say that I think that they're more focused on giving a strong defense. I think resources may be an issue for them to do an attack, but the major thing I was picking up is, not wanting to escalate things to a point where it gets nuclear, which I don't see, but I think that that's why they're doing a really strong defense. So I just wanted to answer that real quick. All right. All right, you guys, I got some start here, so got some good topics to look into. All right. So So Anna asks, will the Secret Service agents who deleted their text message during January 6th insurrection be held accountable? All right, let me throw some cards on this. I do feel some of them will be held accountable. Not all of them, though. To me, it feels more like leadership people. Yeah, there's definitely more coming out about this, and I don't, unfortunately, I guess, to answer your question, what do you mean by being held accountable? If you mean like jail time, I'm not feeling that per se, but a lot of scrutiny and a lot of investigations into it. But I will throw some cards and see what the cards have to say, Anna. Oh no, Jane, I'm so sorry. I have a root canal next month, so I'm not looking forward to that as well, but sending you a lot of love, my friend. All right. This is really interesting, you guys. So I do think a lot of the agents that deleted their text messages, while I don't see legal issues for them, um, the financial hardship issues are definitely coming through with this card toss. So I feel like many of them will lose their jobs. Some of them were actually pretty complicit with the whole thing, but here they have that lack of financial security, feeling left out in the cold. Yeah, things are moving, but things are moving kind of slowly with this Knight of Pentacles. There's not a lot of movement. It's kind of like I said, more things are coming out, but give it some time. But we do have them feeling a little bit backstabbed. So I think a lot of people will sabotage, turn on one another. But yeah, definitely like feeling very restricted when it comes to money, and there is some action taken. Like I said, I guess it depends on what your definition of accountable is, but for me, I think a lot of them will be losing their jobs if they haven't already. So that's what I'm picking up with that anyway. All right, let's see. Thank you for your question, Anna. Appreciate that. Okay. All right, so Jane says, and of course, you guys, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that. So Jane says, what's going to happen in the U.S. and world with COVID pandemic due to China? Yeah, and I feel like in China, it's just really out of control right now. I think I just saw something where they said there was I could be wrong. I don't remember the facts, but they were saying China was saying that there was like 60,000 people that have passed away, and I feel like the number's much greater than that, unfortunately. And as I've said too in the past, with the pandemic, that it really is turning more into an endemic. Um, I mean, I think it's going to definitely be around for a while, but all of these, like furthering of like vaccines and treatment options and all of that, I definitely see a lot more coming out of that. And so for us here in the States, I think it's much more manageable than what it is in other countries, unfortunately. Yeah, Evelyn, more people died than what they were saying. Yeah, it's still around, Jane, like I said. But I do feel better about this going into 2024. But let's take a look and see what the impacts are. I do think it's going to further, I'm just picking up, further stall supply chain stuff. So that's been an issue. But I see ultimately a lot of the world really try not to depend on China so much for, all the manufacturing and goods. I see a lot of that coming back home. All right. Okay. Yeah, and a lot of what I was just saying is kind of coming through in the cards. The world's a little bit on edge or a bit at a standstill with things right now, but going into the future, I do see movement coming into this. With this, I feel like it's more positive movement. We're getting into a better direction with the pandemic, and like I said before, kind of leaving some of that hardness from the past in the past and moving forward victoriously. But unfortunately, um, there's been a lot of deaths, as we know. But I think even with China, people are in like a state of mourning, um, because of how restricted it is there. As we know, there's going to always be shady things happening, and even in the past with the vaccines and all of that, people behind the scenes out to make money, doing sneakiness. But we are heading into a new direction. Things are coming into a new beginning for us. This is where I'm saying the technology and advancements is really coming in, and also funding too. So I really see us getting past this heavy time going into 2023, um, you know, and things heading into a much better direction is what I'm kind of feeling with this. But thank you for your question, Jane. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, there's a lot of manufacturing coming back to the states, and I think that that's one of the good things for us in this hard time. Please do me a favor and hit that like button. Help get this video out to as many people as possible. I would appreciate that, everyone. Okay. What did I just do? Okay. Nancy says, when will the tax child credit come back? Mid-year, I hope. I definitely feel it coming back. I don't know if it's this year. I'm sorry to say, Nancy. Feels like it might be next year, 2024. I'll timing's always really hard to pinpoint because the energy is always kind of changing, and um, but just the fact that I feel it coming back, I feel that really strongly. Um, I'll double check with my pendulum for timing. It feels like it's 2024, though. I'm sorry to say. Maybe spring of next year. I get a yes that it's coming back. I'm getting a maybe. So I feel like if it happens this year, it will be at the end of this year. I'm feeling more intuitively like 2024, early 2024 is what I'm feeling, Nancy. Like I said too, you know, let's not give up the faith. I think that it's very possible, and actually, the way I'm feeling, very likely that we may have a shift in control of the house. Um, Not that probably wouldn't happen more towards the end of this year, but um, and then we could get things like this back if we regained control of the house. So yeah, we got to get the circus out of the government first, right, Evelyn? All right. Just trying to keep up with the chat. Get these questions started, everyone. Yes, I want to read on this. Karen says, money trail for Santos is going back to Russian oligarchs. Is this going to restart the Mueller report investigations? It's interesting you asked that. I think I had a similar question on Mel's show on Sunday, and I definitely felt that a lot of investigations into dark money being exposed, and in the future, the Mueller report resurfacing. So let me throw some cards on it, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more coming out. It feels like fall of this year. Yeah, I know, you guys. It's hard out there. The, grocery prices and just everything's just so much more expensive. It makes it hard. It makes it hard with the circus going on in the house, and actually getting things done that can really help people with this inflation. But it's more than just inflation. A lot of it is corporate greed, I feel. They're getting record profits right now. A lot of these big companies. All right. I'm going to look more into the dark foreign money being exposed, but I do see the Mueller report coming back to the surface, Karen. Oh, wow. That's pretty telling. Yeah, a lot of people getting in trouble with this. It's interesting. We have the offer here of money and the partnerships made. things ramping up and momentum behind this. I'm also feeling the number 8 is significant. So maybe sometime in August, more of this coming out. This is communications being exposed and momentum building up about, um, receiving money from this partnership and overseas. And we have a woman overseeing this too, and this like Lady Justice here. So a lot of things, um, investigations, things being exposed. I think even legal issues. We have information being dropped about this. Like I said, it feels like it's. I was feeling more into the fall time, but this number 8 is really sticking up. So maybe it starts to be exposed more in August. Um, yeah, and it's feeling really restricted, trapped by the privilege, by all the wealth coming in for them. It feels like it's a really good surprise for us. So stay tuned. I know that it's hard for us to be patient, and we've all been patient for years, but I really feel like 2023 is going to be the year of accountability for a lot of these people. Actually finally seeing something. You know, Thank you for your question, Karen. Yeah, I saw that, Joni. She says there was a video clip of Santos saying um, he's been to Russia several times and about making money, and I think he was talking about how cheap it is there too. Like the ruble, taking like $100 U.S. cash and being able to get really a lot with that over there too. I saw that, Joni. Hey, Viviani. All right. Okay, so MTG has been overwhelmingly removed from Homeland Security by fellow GOPers. This is the start of her downfall. I haven't heard of this. Was it like Homeland Security, a committee? I've been saying for a while, I definitely see the downfall of MTG. I think it's so funny now, though, that she's trying to distance herself from the Freedom Caucus and being in McCarthy's lap pretty much, and saying how she kind of was feeding into the QAnon, but she doesn't believe in that anymore. Oh, she was put on. Is it a committee for the House though, Michelle? Yeah, that's pretty frightening. Yeah, I hadn't heard that yet, so I'll throw some cards on it. I don't feel like she's going to be ahead of it for long, is what I just heard. I had one that wanted to fly out. Excuse me. Oh, well, she's got heartbreak coming her way here, so um, I think there's definitely some disappointments and a bit of a reality check coming in for MTG. Yeah, and I really feel like things getting really ugly for her with January 6th. I feel like those indictments for the Congress people involved are not far off. I'm feeling like maybe March was standing out really strongly for that. Ooh, not getting good cards for MTG. All right. Well, as I was shuffling, there's heartbreak coming in for her. Also being stabbed in the back, defeated, and then the dust card comes in. So this is, change, unexpected change, the ending of a cycle for her. I really think she'll be one of the ones that are removed or end up having to leave Congress early. She's got a lot of stresses and worries, a lot of burdens coming her way. She's got the Ten of Pentacles representing her. So this is that it's obviously like the money from the Republican Party, but also I'm feeling like the number 10 is significant here, being like maybe one of 10 in their partnerships and agreements in the past. And things really coming up to the surface where the energy is really stalled, almost feeling like a stalemate. More information about taking money here. It's going to be overwhelming for her, very emotional with the Devil, so even probably like anger, those kind of emotions coming her way. She's got a bit of a reality check coming in, and I do think that she's definitely got some legal troubles coming her way. But yeah, that's pretty frightening. I hadn't heard that. Yeah, that's scary. Oh, I don't see McCarthy in there long either, Michelle. I told you, I feel like the House is going to shift to more bipartisan. So it's a bit of the circus getting him elected. I don't think that that's done with. We're going to see that for a little while. But I see enough Republicans, really trying to distance themselves from the Freedom Caucus. And well, I guess we'll work with Democrats on some things, and there being some bipartisanship. But yeah, things are going to get worse before they get better with that, unfortunately, to kind of wake them up a little bit. But I do see changing in the speaker, and I feel like it's a more bipartisan work going in the future, and then even very possibly a change in control of the House. I had somebody that gave me a hard time because I was saying Hakeem Jeffries was Speaker of the House. And maybe that was prophetic too, because I do see him as Speaker, but some people, I ended up blocking the person. I don't like that kind of energy on my channel, especially when you're kind of combative with your wording or, constructive criticism. So I don't tolerate that. So just know, you can be nice about it and say it a certain way, but I don't like that kind of energy on my channel. So if you're going to have nasty comments, I'll just block you and delete your comment. All right. Got a lot of questions here. Sorry, you guys. And just kind of scrolling through the questions, I talked about it with the dark money in Russia. I see a lot of that being exposed after Putin is gone. So maybe after he leaves and somebody new comes in, trying to work on our relationship with Russia, which will definitely take a while, but I think a lot of that information being shared at that point too. Okay, so MTG was she was put on the committee. She's not head of it. Still scary though. Electra Storm says, "Did you hear about MTG and Boebert had a very loud argument the first week of Congress in the girls' bathroom? I remember I asked you when will we see a fight with fists on the House floor." Yeah, I didn't feel it getting physical, but I definitely felt like a lot of yelling, swear words coming out that I won't repeat on my channel. But all right, so Richie says, "Do you see a day where party lines don't matter and just politicians just work together for the good of the people and not constituents?" I think we're definitely heading in a much better direction. I think people are going to probably, when we have a strong two-party system, people are going to strongly identify with one party over the other. And when you have some independents that kind of go back and forth, but I see in the future things not being so ugly and divisive, and um, sure they're going to have their attacks on the other side, but it's not going to be anywhere near as nasty and ugly as it is now, and that goes for the voters too. How things have been so divisive since Trump was president. Um, there's more tolerance and acceptance of other people's ideas going into the future, and I think that's going to change when we see a lot of bipartisanship. I'm feeling like 2028 is what I'm feeling like this is really coming through. But I also have said for a while, I feel like the Republican Party they're going to crumble and they're going to have to rebuild and rebrand, and there'll be a better party in the end for it. And with that, I see a lot more working across the aisles. So, all right. Somebody asked about the change in smoking rules in the House. I hadn't heard of that. How will the change in smoking rule go in the House? So are they allowing them to smoke in the House now? I heard yes with that too, as I questioned it. So I don't see that being in there for long. I see that changing and stopping not too far out there. Maybe it's even when McCarthy leaves as speaker. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's that far out there, but I hadn't heard that. That's crazy. Getting rid of the was it magnetometers as they go in, and yeah, I guess you can smoke on the floor now. That's crazy. All right. Hey, Aries Wanderer. That's true. Genealogy junkie says, I guess if you have a cigarette in one hand, it's harder to pull out your gun. It's crazy. And that's just like no respect for anybody else and maybe their health conditions and just being thoughtful to other people that maybe they don't want secondhand smoke, breathing that in. Yeah. They can smoke in their offices, not on the floor. Thank you, Electra. All right. So Leah says, hi, Kevin. So glad you're getting back in the swing of things. Thank you. Do you know when land or property will be more reasonable for the U.S.? I'm assuming that's like housing market when it's going to be more affordable. I know some people have said that they see like a crash, which I don't see. I see it as a bit of an adjustment, and the reason why the interest rates are being raised by the Fed is to really slow down the economy to get that housing market under control. Because I mean, even for me and my husband, when we bought this house 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, um, we paid slightly over what the house appraised for, and you're just hearing that a lot. So it's been a bit crazy, and I definitely see house pricing coming down. I feel like they're going to continue to go down. It feels like halfway in the year, them feeling better, but I feel even better next year about it. And I feel like there's some legislation passed to help people with like rent, and maybe even by then starting to bring down the interest rates as well, so it's a little bit more affordable for a mortgage. So it's feeling like middle to end of this year, and then something big happening next year with this, where there's more help coming in for people is what I'm feeling. All right, I haven't heard of this, but AP says Eversource, I'm assuming it's a power company in Connecticut, doubled prices for electricity from 12 cents to 24 cents starting January. People are furious and it went to court. Do you see prices coming down this year? I'm hearing yes. I'll throw some cards on it though. Yeah, we have to look at the Dutch ceiling, Michelle. Thank you. Yeah, Jane, I agree. I mean, some people they're not given an option whether they have to wait to buy a house or not. But I think it would be smarter to wait. I mean, I think housing is still going to be expensive. Don't get me wrong, but I see it being more affordable and more help for people. First-time buyers, a lot more help coming in with that, and the price is coming down a little bit. All right. AP, I'm feeling the month March, so I don't know how quickly things can be lowered if there's lawsuits, but something feels significant in March. Okay. Yes, I get an absolute yes with the Sun card, AP, but it does feel like things have been delayed a little bit. Things have been stalled, but we have success coming in, and obviously a lot of happiness, a big like burden off people's backs. Yeah, we're returning to the past, um, so like past prices with this. Um, we the energy that's crossing the reading is a happy family. So this really affecting families and what they can afford and already a hard time. It's all about greed and the money being off balance with that, but action being taken. Absolutely. And I got a very strong yes too as I was feeling in. Something feels like maybe more movement in March, or maybe in March is when the prices kind of drop. But I definitely feel them coming down. Yeah. Michelle says, I wish California prices on homes would come down. Yeah, it's a bit tough in some of those states. All right. I've answered this a few times before, but Christy says, will Biden stick with Harris as VP or look for somebody else? I feel like he's going to stick with her, but I'll throw some cards on it. Just throw a couple quick cards on this. All right. Well, it's interesting. The two cards that just fell were the Lovers and the Strength cards. So I think that they see themselves as a partner very strong. There's strength in their partnership. I feel like there's been some disagreements, and I think with Kamala, aides, those people that work under her, I feel like there's been some shifts in that. But really, Kamala has been given a lot of really hard tasks as VP to watch over and all of that. But I don't think her and Biden have major issues in their relationship. Roxy asked if I'm okay. Seem a little down. Well, I did have a Reiki session with my teacher yesterday, so I feel a little bit more balanced and zen. And I also, I'm holding onto some hematite here in my pocket, which for me is really good with like anxiety and just like really like grounding my energy. So maybe that's why I'm a little grounded. Hey, Gail. All right. Biden and Kamala. Yeah, I think so, you guys. We have celebration in their future and then partnership. The Two of Cups and then having the Lovers come out. That's like the partnership. And sure, there's probably been some issues between the two of them, but I think that they complement each other very well, and they see that. We have victory and success going into the future with this. A lot of hard work and the karmic star crossing them too. So I feel yes. know, and a lot of people don't really care for Kamala either, but I don't know. I don't think Biden's the kind of person to really kind of do that and kind of tear her down in a way, because that would be, I think that would be pretty embarrassing to just announce, I'm not happy with my VP, I'm going to run with somebody else. I don't see him doing that. And I've often felt, Biden maybe not finishing out his term or having to leave a little bit early. And I felt a woman taking over, and I felt like it was Kamala. So, all right. Yeah, I agree with that, Joel. I don't know about timing, but it says Harris will continue as VP and eventually become president. Yeah. I don't know if it's 2026 or not, but yeah, and also two people, like I said, she's been asked to take on all of these big tasks. And rarely do we really hear much from the VP. They do a lot of work behind the scenes. So I think she was more relevant before when, we had a 50-50 Senate, can't speak today, a 50-50 Senate, and she would have to, be the tie-breaking vote. So we saw her a lot more, and we're not used to that. But typically, we don't really hear a whole lot from the VPs. They do a lot of their work behind the scenes. Yeah, I want to look in the archives. So Susie says, why wasn't the National Archives, why didn't they know about the missing Biden documents? I don't think that they did know either. But I think also a big part of that is the way that they don't have the best way of tracking, like top secret documents. I think for some things they're really on top of it, like the really, really big stuff, the stuff that Trump's in trouble for. They knew documents were missing from that. The Biden documents don't feel like they were that classified or that serious. Not to say that they weren't classified, but so I think it's, they have work to do on organizing and keeping track to know if they're missing documents or not. And I definitely see them having to, maybe it's like their technology, their capabilities, changes coming in with that so that they can better manage documents. I see changes coming in with that. Susie says, Kevin, can you explain why timing is so hard? Because a lot of things aren't set in stone, Susie. Sometimes the energy changes. We have free will, so we can make different decisions, and that can affect outcomes, that can kind of set things back. And really, too, when me and other psychics are tapping in, the concept of time is very much different on the other side. On the other side, it's nonlinear. So it's moving much more faster than it is here. So there's really no concept of time on the other side. So then when you actually have to pinpoint it here, it makes it a little bit hard. And like I said, energy is always kind of changing. A lot of things aren't definite, or set in stone. So that's why timing's a little bit harder to pick up. Let me throw on Biden and these documents. I don't see it getting anywhere. And I think actually this investigation into it, I see it being wrapped up very quickly. I think maybe a couple months. I do find it suspicious on the timing of when the information came out, right before Trump is about to get indicted for the documents. And I don't know if I feel like they were planted. I know I read on this last Tuesday, but I feel like it's very suspicious in the timing, like when this news was dropped to the press, is what I'm feeling. Yeah, it's very suspicious. Leaking of the press, leaking the information to the press is what I meant to say. Yeah, and Trump seemed to know about it, right, Sharon? I felt like maybe it was leaked to the press by somebody in the DOJ that knew that Garland was appointing, um, like a special prosecutor for this, to look into this, special counsel. I feel like somebody knew of that ahead of time, and they were the ones that leaked it to the press. Biden's really upset about it, and I really don't believe Biden even knew that he had documents. I feel like it's a mistake from his aides not being on top of it. Yeah, I see Biden this being a bit of an annoyance. Yeah, he's pretty upset about it though too. I think he's very angry. Um, but like I said, like he had no clue of this, so it kind of came out of nowhere when um, like the lawyers found the documents, and he was very on top of it beforehand. Having them search everywhere just to make sure that there weren't any more. He's a bit on the defensive here. Obviously, this isn't what he was looking for, and it really kind of plays into Republican talking points in their narrative to try to diminish what's going on with Trump. But I do see like there's an ending with going into the future. There's an ending with this, and Biden comes out on top with the strength and still holding on to security, um, holding on to power. So I don't see him being impeached over this. I feel like this is going to wrap up actually pretty quickly, is what I'm feeling. I feel like it's in the news for a few months, and then we're not going to hear about it too much afterwards. All right, you guys. Been on for almost an hour, so I'll probably wrap it up with a couple more questions. So I'll just go through my list and kind of see what I want to read on, what's really standing out to me. And like I said, if I don't get to your question today, please come by Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Mel are going to be reading political and world event questions as well. So it's always exciting to work with Mel. All right. Okay, I did want to look at this one. Let me see. Yeah, I agree, Joel. Biden documents are nothing but a nuisance. Yeah. All right. So Spirit Beyond the Stars wants to know if the GOP planning on attacking the democracy from inside out. Well, I think that there's many of them in there that are trying to do just that. And that kind of goes into the debt limit question, which I thought I started. I definitely have to look at the debt limit too. Okay. So thank you, Roxy. I'm sure that's in the cards. Collab with Mel and Linda and myself. Nothing planned yet, but I'm just saying going into the future. All right. I think a lot of Republicans and thank you so much, Blue Tarot. Blessings. I think a lot of the Republicans, and this kind of goes into the dark money that I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of deals made behind the scenes with Russia, and and really at the end of the day, it boils down to destabilizing our democracy and to make it weak. But the thing is these people want to expose weaknesses in our democracy, and we're going to get into a place in the future where we make rules and add things to make our democracy even stronger. So them thinking that they're going to dismantle our democracy, it's actually in the end going to end up making it stronger. And also too, like Russia wants us to look like a fool on the world stage, and really want people to other countries not to to doubt our leadership in the world. So if they can make it look like a circus going on here, I mean, people are going to be suspicious of our leadership. The cards are just really reinforcing what I'm saying too. Yeah, there's going to be a retreat on this. People are leaving, more balance coming in, because our democracy is strong, and it's even stronger than we know. But we definitely have partnerships with the devil here, deals being made to weaken our democracy and really just kind of cloud everything up. Not making our democracy not seem like it's grounded, or that that it's working. Really kind of trying to muddy the waters. But in the end, we have celebration here, and we have balance coming in. There's justice coming into our future as well. So, yeah, there's definitely like communications in the past between um, these people that aren't looking out for our best interests. You could really even say it's like foreign agents in our government, because they're bought and paid for by Putin. Oh, Kelly asked what these cards are. I don't remember off the top of my head, and some of my boxes were kind of destroyed in my flood. I think that's like mythical tarot. I don't know. It came in a really big box with a big book. I can't remember off the top of my head. If anybody else can help, because they don't say them on here. Yeah, and Electra makes a good point. They're doing us a favor now. We can plug up all the holes, plugging up all the big holes we have. Absolutely. And it's really kind of like, as we are ascending to a more just, more accepting collective energy, things have been so chaotic and so unstable for a while, because it's really meant to bring us awareness of those things that are no longer serving us, so that we can strengthen our democracy, or so that we can create a world that's more heart-centered, and one that's more equal for everybody. So yeah, a lot of that ugliness is being exposed so that we can make those changes to make those better choices for ourselves into the future. All right. All right, you guys. I definitely want to look at the debt limit. Let me just see. All right, so I have my last two questions. So I'm closing the list on questions, but Evelyn wants to know, removing metal detectors. Do you see something bad happening? Um, I feel like there's plans to, but them being thwarted. So I'm feeling more like no, but definitely, definitely people's are there may be some people planning to do something because they know that that extra security isn't there. I feel like it's going to be okay in the end. I feel like this is. I think it goes kind of similar with like the changes that people can smoke in their offices and stuff like that. I think these changes are really short lived because I see the metal detectors coming back. People may be planning on something, but it being thwarted. Thank you, Jane. Yes, the plan is to have Mel on my channel on Thursday. I'll let you guys know if that doesn't happen, but I think that is the plan for right now. Hmm. Yeah, you guys, I think it's kind of interesting because I have the death card representing the situation, and then we have the planning. So yeah, there's definitely some planning of chaos here. Um, but with the death card too, I mean, it's changes happening as well. I don't think it's going to be in there long. Um, and what makes me feel good about it too is at the root of the reading we have wishes being fulfilled. So I really think that everybody's going to be okay. And I think, if anything, we have communications here and investigators. So I think that the DOJ is really going to be on top of it and really looking in communications, like on social media and that kind of thing, to prevent something like that. But yeah, there's definitely people in there with not very good intent. Um, I just think overall, I think it will be okay. But let's just all ask, because if there's people are planning it. Let's just all send everybody in the house a lot of love and protection, and not put that kind of energy out there. I think any plan will be thwarted, though, is what I'm feeling. All right, and then lastly, let's look at the debt ceiling. Thank you, no middle name. Yeah, I saw that, Mimi Rose. All right, let's take a look at the debt ceiling. People are worried about this. I think even Republicans are. I'm not feeling like well, aren't they saying that that has, like, the debt ceiling needs to be in by like Thursday, or the U.S. doesn't pay its bills? I kind of get the debt ceiling and the what they just did in the House confused, but I don't see it being disaster. I feel like things come together last minute, or if it does happen, it's just very shortly lived. But I definitely feel a lot of anxiety and worry about it. And if anything, too, even with all this anxiety and fear going on that this could happen and the effects that this would have, it's not doing Republicans any favors. I mean, they should have won a huge majority the last midterm election, and a lot of people are really turned off by the craziness going on. Um, it's a clown show, and if you think people are going to be okay with this affecting their retirement, or they're dependent on the government for money, or like Social Security, where people really need that money, you're messing with people's money and their livelihood. They're not going to take kindly to that. So they're just hurting themselves. Oh, it's interesting too, because I have the Judgment card representing the bottom of the deck. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of bad judgment about it. It's going to be okay, you guys. We have the money here representing the situation. We have Trump above and people walking away from Trump and going over to Biden, I feel. This could be more of those moderate Republicans that I'm feeling, or, Republicans that actually have some morals coming across aisles and, working with Biden to get something done, working with Democrats to get something done. Yeah, we have the King of Wands coming into the future, and here's the money coming out. So this is kind of like, wands for me are often like Democratic leadership. Ace of Pentacles. So there's the money coming in. It's going to be okay. Some people are going to really have to defend themselves, though, because there's some bad judgment coming in for these people. Here's like that worry, heartache, and some people being really restricted because they're playing with fire here, messing with our economy. But I think it's going to come down to the wire. If they don't pass it when they need to, I feel like it's very short-lived. And yeah, there's a lot of bad judgment coming across the Republicans that are holding our government hostage. So yeah, they deserve the judgment. I agree, running sloth. All right, everyone. So that is it for questions today. Again, just to go over housekeeping, if you could please hit the thumbs up. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed to my channel already, if you could please subscribe, help me get to 6,000 subscribers. That would be really awesome. Members watching, our live stream is going to be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to kind of do a little bit more of a deep dive into our collective group and what 2023 looks like for us, kind of breaking it up with themes and, some month by month. So I'm excited for that. Please consider becoming a member if that's something that you might be interested in. And again, I'm offering some discounts on my hour readings. I do Reiki and energy healing, offering some discount on multiple sessions with that. And I have a new package of healing and guidance, so a Reiki session and then messages from Spirit, and kind of working on the spiritual development, doing some of that spiritual work and letting go of those things that are no longer serving you, getting advice from Spirit with that as well. So anyway, I'm sending you all a lot of love, a lot of blessings. I will see you all hopefully Thursday night with Mel. So if I didn't get your question today, please come back and send it again, okay? All right. Take care, everyone.